Alright, what's up YouTube? So finally today I got some time at my desk to make a new update for you guys. It's been very stressful with the whole coronavirus situation, but finally got some time to take a look at some coins for you guys, and I'm gonna update you on my BTC USD plan. It's actually moving along pretty nicely. We're getting the the higher lows and the higher highs like we wanted, and we're right now at resistance. I'm gonna take a look at BTC USD, and I'm also gonna take a look at a couple of Forex pairs for you guys. So stick around if you want to see my new setups and my next targets. All right, so let's just jump right into the charts. Alright, so let's start off by looking at BTC USD on Bitstamp. Where is it? Alright, so BTC USD on Bitstamp. We're looking at the 4 hour. We are right now trading inside this high time frame resistance, right? With 6.8 being what I would think is the major area to take out. Before I go into your setup, Dan, I just want to talk about the daily a little bit, because if you guys remember my setup from my last 2 videos, or I've basically been talking about this stuff for weeks actually. Well, not weeks, but a week, maybe 2, I guess. So what we have been looking for all the time is this bearish market structure to turn into bullish market structure, right? And what I mean by that is the lower lows and the lower highs are going to have to turn into higher lows and higher highs, right? Because lower lows and lower highs is a downtrend. Higher lows and higher highs is an uptrend, and we want to be buying in an uptrend, and we want to be selling in a downtrend. You want to trade with the trend, right? So what I've been looking for all along here is this type of move. We have a higher low, we have a even higher low, we have a higher high, and well, it's not really a higher high. I'm looking at this type of move first, create a higher high, come down to create a higher low. And if you look at the daily, the 21 EMA kind of lines up nicely here with a potential breakout and retest. So the retest of the 21 EMA in the daily could also act as the higher low, right? This would look like this, right? So you have the breakout for why is it it's weird. So you have the breakout, creates a higher high, comes down, bounces off 21 EMA to create a higher low, and we then continue upwards. I want to be a buyer of the retest of the 21 EMA and daily. That's when I want to be a buyer. On what's up, Root Candy? Hope you're doing well. All right, so Dan, we're gonna take a look at your idea here. You are short from 6684. So 6684. Let's look at the 15 minutes, because why the hell not, right? I'm not trading the 15 minutes, but I actually, you know what? Let's not take a look at the 15 minutes. I don't know why I would do that. All right, so but it is looking like you're doing a scalpish short here, so let's just make it yeah, all right. So let's select the short tool. We got 6 entry is 684, right? And profit taking is 6250. Profit 6250. And as I understand it, you are not looking at the exact levels. You are probably like where like, so what I'm The first thing I'm thinking here is you obviously shorted a swing high on the lower time frames, so that makes sense. Let's see. But I mean, where would you want to have your stop? You could have your like a super tight stop right here. With this type of movement, that might be a good idea, right? But I mean, depending on what time frames you're looking to trade, right? I'm not really sure about this one because it's not really at any. If I were looking for a short, it's a lot of choppy price action right here. I mean, 6.8 is a good level to short, obviously. I'm not going to short because I think, market structure is looking bullish. We're getting higher lows and higher highs, so market structure is fairly bullish, right? If we break down this area, I'm looking for a bearish retest and a short, right? But let's see. This makes sense. It's all depending on you gotta ask yourself, did I before you enter a short at this level, what's the plan, right? Where's your stop loss going to be and where's your take profits going to be? What's your risk to reward ratio? You want to have at least in my opinion, you should have a risk to reward ratio of 2 or greater. That means you risk 1%. Let's say you're risking 1%, right? So you're risking 1% to win 2%. That's worth the risk for me, especially if you have a higher win rate than 50%. That means you are going to make money. This one right here, this setup right here, I'm if it's a high time frame trade, you would want to have your. I would probably take partial profits here because you have, this is obviously a level of interest, right? So I would take partial profits down here. I would probably, look for a, I would like to have at least my stop loss above that wick right there, right? So it's 1.65 to take profit 1. So it's not really the best R, but what you want to do when you take partial profits as at different levels, you want to calculate your average R, your average risk to reward ratio when you have fully exited the trade. Let's say you take 50% off here, you then take 50% off here. Now, what does that tell you? Well, your average exit, if you take 50% off here and 50% off here, your average exit is going to be the midpoint between these two. Just to make it exact, I'm going to use the EQ tool, this one and this one. Your average exit is going to be 6,301. Profit 6,301. No. Yes. And that will put you at a 2.42 R. So that's good. That's good. So this is, in my opinion, a decent short. But I'm saying that because you're already in the trade. I wouldn't short this. I'm not looking to short this. I don't think this is the type of price action that's clean enough for me to short. I want to see look at this. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, we're looking at 1 hour, right? I'm gonna show you something here. I'm gonna show you guys something here. Here we have resistance, breaking above, strong move, right? We're breaking down, strong move. When you see this type of action, breakout, breakdown, what does that tell you? Well, it tells me that this is an area of interest, right? So the next touch of this resistance, I want to short, right? So imagine if you're shorting this move, right? That's a perfect short because you are basically shorting down to previous range high. So this would have been a very good setup, right? It would look something like this, right? You could have, shorted down here as soon as you you know, had that reaction here and this break in market structure, you could have shorted that area, stop above that week, take profit down here for 2.78 R. So that's a good trade, right? A good scalp. But that's actually not what I wanted to show you. So what I wanted to show you was this level right here. Resistance, 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 breakout. What do you do after breakout? When a very strong level like this breaks, what do you want to do? It should be quite obvious, right? You wanna, and if you guys have been following me lately in the Nest Club chat, you know that you wait for breakout and you long the retest. And your target is gonna be the next trouble area above, right? Setup would look something like this. Long the first retest. Trouble area above is this area, right? So now you want a 2R. Easily, you can easily get a 2R on this one. Easily. I would probably put my stop somewhere in this region, right? So that's a 3R trade. You know, good scalp. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard. You just have to, you know, just look at the horizontals. Wait for breakout, long the retest. Wait for breakout, long the retest. Wait for a breakdown, short the retest. Very, very simple, and it works surprisingly well. I mean, you don't need anything on your chart, to be honest. All you need is this. This is basically all you need to trade price, right? By adding stuff like this, you get more organized, and you know, you can remember where the levels are, and you get more, you know, systematics, and yeah, this short is turning out pretty nicely. So what I would do in your case is take partial profits here, take some profits down here, and or layer, you know, just trail your stop down. All right, so that's that. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a look at LTC and Ethereum too. So Litecoin and Ethereum. Quickly, I just want to do a quick recap of my plan for BTC USD. Very simple, right? I've talked about this quite a lot now. We have the 21 EMA in a daily. I'm gonna mark that out on the chart. 21 EMA in a daily. It's right at 67.17. 67.17. This is going to get uploaded on YouTube later tonight. The fact that I'm doing it live is for, you know, to give the members of the Burb Nest a opportunity to ask me questions and make, you know, ask me to short coins for you guys. Actually, you know, God, I can't speak. Wow. I'm buying an English dictionary. Yeah, Neo BTC, very good. What's up, Michael? It's a Michael or Michael? And I'm guessing you're from Poland. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm not. If you're not from Poland, then maybe you'll get pissed. But I'm sorry about that. I'm just guessing. And if you guys like this type of stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm you know, trying to get trying to be as active as possible on YouTube, and I'm slowly but steadily trying to transition over to the legacy markets too. And if you, as you guys know, the Nest Club is very soon launching a legacy market platform where we will you know, put out trades and trade ideas and setup and calls and everything like that for the Forex market, the stock markets, the commodities market, you know, gold, oil, silver, everything like that. All right, so let's stop rambling. So let's remove everything else but the 21 EMA. So the whole idea here with this, the whole idea here is I want to see this, right? Low, higher low, higher low, potentially another higher low, higher high, higher high. Yeah, you get it. You get the whole idea, right? You get this type of movement, right? Something like that. I wanna long the retest of 21 EMA in daily. What's up, Crypto Parrot? Nice to have you here. If you have any short requests, just let me know. Yeah, daily open and close above the 21 EMA. You could trade this by waiting for a daily close above 6.8 or the 21 EMA on a daily. I would like to wait for a daily open and close above the 21 EMA on a daily before long in the retest. All right, so that's Bitcoin right now. And yeah, of course, the move I'm looking for is this type of move, right? So, 13 to 16 or 17% with this as entry. My stop loss, I'm not sure, to be honest. I gotta look at, like the plan is done, but the stop loss placement isn't really exact right now. So this is my entry level stop loss. Well, I mean, it makes sense to put it down here. Take profits up here for a good 3R. It makes sense. It's a good trade, right? It's a good trade. This is gonna be a big position, obviously, a big position, because I'm steadily already been increasing my BTC exposures, right? So I'm about 95% USDT. I'm 5% BTC right now because we have a pretty nice uptrend. And guys, like, you gotta remember, guys, Bitcoin has pumped 86 fucking %. We have, you have the traditional markets are dying. I mean, well, it's not dying, but it's in turmoil. Really, it's crazy. BTC have pumped 86%. Something to think about, right? This is, I mean, people are looking to short this. People are looking to short this, and I think most people are out of the fucking minds. I mean, look at this. Is this bearish? Well, I mean, if we close above here, it's not looking pretty fucking bearish, right? It's looking good. It's looking good. So look at TA. Look at TA. That's all I can say. Look at what the chart is telling you. Breakout here, retest. That's bullish. That's bullish market structure. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at NEO BTC. Absolutely. Well, NEO BTC isn't really looking like a good short, but yeah, you can't win them all, dude. You can't win them all. All right. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Like, David, do you want me to short Litecoin versus BTC and or USD? Same with Ethereum. While I wait for your answer, I will take a look at NEO BTC. All right, so here we go. How's NEO looking? All right, so first of all, what you need to do, and what you always need to do, is zoom out. Firstly, you start out with the weekly. How's the weekly looking? Well, it's not looking good. All right, it's not looking good. Let's remove this. We don't need this right now. Well, actually, we might actually need this. I'm liking this level. Yeah, well, so you didn't really lose anything. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so you're taking a look at. All right, so I'm gonna take a look. I have to take a look at the LTC setup. I guess it's in the official calls, and we also have a setup for CTXE. So I'm guessing that's the one Dan wants to look at. Where is the LTC? Man, I got so much stuff going on. I can't find. Is it in official calls or trade setups? It's in trade setups. Okay, so I got you right. Let's first take a look at NEO here. All right, so NEO, cool name, but is it a good product? I don't know. I don't care. I have no idea what it is. Well, I know what it is, but I don't. Do I care? I don't think I do. All right, so the weekly, from a high time frame perspective, this is the area we need to reclaim for me to be high time frame bullish, right? So we gotta take that into consideration while we're zooming into the daily. All right, so weekly, bearish, but it's not dead. It's just bearish. Is it very bearish? Yeah, probably. Daily, how's the daily looking? Well, it's potentially starting a new uptrend. So you can't. If you guys are new to trading, which I think a lot of you guys here are, you gotta remember that don't get lost in the low time frames. I see a lot of people, you know, looking at the 15-minute and they're like, holy shit, this is pumping, right? Fuck, man, this is pumping. It's up. Wow, it's up, you know, 4%, right? Which is nothing, right? So, but looking at the daily, it's looking quite good, right? I think the 15-minute example was a really bad one because it's actually, well, it's up 4%, guys. Relax. I mean, all coins are made to make crazy gains, right? Crazy gains. So 4%, that's nothing, right? Let's look at the daily. What we're seeing right here, actually, let's see where the daily moving averages is. Yeah, it's just, yeah. This is not looking good. I mean, you had the 200 simple here, this white line to the 21 EMA crossing to the downside. Death cross, right, between the 21 EMA and the 200. Not liking that, not liking that at all. This needs to show some strength, some real strength before I'll consider buying this. So this is this right here is this right here is not looking good. Like it's not looking good. I'm gonna tell you why it's not looking good. Here's a let's remove the MA. Let's look at the 4-hour. Let's add the MA. So let's look at the yellow 21 EMA. Have we gotten a 4-hour close above since this dump here? Yeah, and I'm looking at this whole move right here. I want to see a change in behavior. Right, so nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Here we actually had a 4-hour open and close above. Fake out, right? But here we're starting to see multiple closes and open and closes above, right? And we're now for the first time seeing price trading above the green 55 exponential on the 4-hour, which is you know, a sign of strength. But you gotta remember, guys, we are still at right at resistance. This is a good area right here. Yeah, I can't decide which one to choose. I'm liking this one. I'm liking this one. All right, no, actually, let's use these lows down here. Yeah, so that's my level. That's my level, and I haven't even added the fibs or anything. I'm just looking at, is this a buy signal or is it resistance? It's probably support. Well, it is support because price is above it. So this is a level I'm looking at. So how would you trade this? In my opinion, it's pretty obvious, right? It's pretty obvious. You wait for a retest. Wait for a retest. Retest. And the perfect setup. Guys, you gotta remember, like, look for the perfect setups. Every setup you take, if you think that they are bad, if you have any thought back in your head that this is probably a bad setup, that means it's probably a bad setup and you should probably not take the trade. If you've been trading long enough, you know which setups are the obvious ones, right? And for me personally, I think here you have the first, well, the first obvious trouble area is up here. Second up here. So what I was about to say before I lost my mind is you have thousands of altcoins. You have thousands of altcoins. You have a lot of, you know, if you're in the legacy market, you have, well, I don't know if it's 1,000, but you have hundreds of Forex pairs, right? So you get a lot of different markets to trade. You have the time, and you should have the patience to wait for the obvious setups. Where is the obvious setups? Well, we have one might be forming right here. Is it obvious? I don't know. Right now, it could be. It could be. Could be, and you're probably seeing what I'm doing here, right? So I want to have a 2-hour trade. This is good. I'm liking this. So for me to believe that this is one of those obvious trades, well, I'm thinking we want to see a 4-hour open and close above here. So not this 4-hour close, but the next one. That would mean we get a 4-hour open and close here. No wicks down here. We get a rounded retest. Test previous resistance, now hopefully turned into support. First retest with a clean rounded retest on the 4-hour. What's most likely going to happen is we are going to get a bounce. If this thing is bullish, we're most likely going to get a bounce, and it will most likely, I think, bounce up into this area, and also maybe I think it's the 99 moving average, exponential moving average. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's NEO. Do I want to buy NEO if we get a 4-hour close above? Well, no, because if it's way lower probability that it will actually bounce on the first retest. And let me explain to you why. Because if this closes up here, the other one might as well close down here, and that's not really a good trade, right? What you want is confirmation of an uptrend. What you want is confirmation of a breakout. This is a breakout, but it's not really, I mean, it's confirmed obviously on the nothing time frame, on the 30 minutes, but you know, who the fuck trades the 30 minutes? I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I'm not trading that one. And you shouldn't either, if you don't know what you're doing, obviously. I'm not saying you don't know what you're doing, I'm just saying focus on the higher time frames. Don't waste your time on the low time frames, because the low time frames is most likely noise, and unless you have Kong Trading's MCAST versus 3, then it's not only noise, it's actually fucking good signal. Well, this one weren't that good, but you know what I'm saying, like, if you're gonna scalp the low time frames, get a system, get a proper system. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at on NEO. My camera just turned off. I'm gonna turn it on because I want you guys to see me. Hello. Alright, what am I looking at? What am I doing? What am I doing? NEO BTC CTXC. CTXC. Let's take a look at CTXC. CTXC. Wow, time is oh god, what? Bitcoin, yeah. Korean? Why is that first? Time is running away from me. So I gotta do this quick. Alright, so the setup. Where is the setup? Alright, so it's Gaze setup. He's shorting it on the daily on Huobi. Oh right, LTC. Yeah, I was looking at that. Yeah, I gotta do this one. LTC. Yeah, you were actually first, David. So let's take a look at LTC. LTC, BTC, no. LTC, USDT. Wow. LTC, USD. Should we take a look at USD or USDT? Let's see where I actually have the. Yeah, this one is better. Huh, that's a nice setup, huh? Didn't really turn out that well, but I wish it did, because it's some good profits. I should probably have shorted this level. Alright, so what are we looking at? The weekly. Yep, so here we have a bullish weekly order block. What is a bullish weekly order block? Well, a bullish weekly order block is the last down candle before a large up move and a break in market structure. So my plan today was not to have this, you know, in-depth analysis video, but it's never mind. 39.62. So the midpoint is 39.62. 39.62. This gives us the order block EQ, and as you guys can see, it's obviously the level that needs to break. We also have Is it confluent? Yeah, so it's confluent with this area right here. Let's add a horizontal here. Let's add another one here. All right, let's go into the daily. Let's remove the fib right there. We don't need that one anymore. And let's remove that one and this one and that one. Everything's got to go. All right, so here it is, and you can obviously inside this weekly candle you have, you know, the EQ being respected, and that's why I like drawing order blocks, because it matches the price action pretty good. And same thing here, right? So what do I want to see on LTC USD? In this case it's USDT, but the chart should be the same. So obviously this area is of importance. Very strong resistance right here. Pumped up, sold off immediately, very strong move. This was the move that took us above this level right here, and this kind of started our bull run, right? So very important level, very important level. You can also see why it's important if you look to your right here, right? So this is the area that needs to be reclaimed. All right, so let's see. You had a setup for this one at the CUSD. All right, so he's shorting this on the 1 hour. Let's see if me and Jay's analysis actually aligns. If it does, that's good. It's shorting it on Coinbase. So he's saying buy a 1 hour close above 39.50. Yeah, so I would say buy a, instead of 39.50, I would say 39.70, because of the fact, well, 39.62, because of the fact that we have the order block right here. So as you can see, price is really trying to get above the order block. So I would say, you know, I like the idea, I really do. And he's also looking at the, I think it's the 200 EMA on the 1 hour. So yeah, I like the idea, but personally I'm looking at the higher time frames on this one. I would like to see this type of move. So notice how the yellow 201 EMA is actually right on top of this order block right here. So for me, I'm just gonna, like, I'm seeing something right here. I'm seeing a potential setup. I'm seeing a potential trend reversal. If Bitcoin is going to act bullish, Litecoin might actually follow. I mean, it usually does, right? When Bitcoin is moving up, LTC USDT or USD actually, you know, looking pretty good too. And you can see that it's already following Bitcoin's price structure right here. So I would play this in the exact same way I would play Bitcoin. Well, not exact same way. I would probably, you know, wait for a break of the 21 EMA on a daily. Look for a move down. Like if the 21 EMA on daily would come down here and kind of match the order block EQ, that would be a perfect breakout, retest, go. That's what I'm looking at. The setup. Like I'm trading the higher time frames. I'm never trade below the 1 hour usually. So I would look at something like this, right? First take profit up here. So that's a good 30% move, right? That's what I'm looking at. 2.5 hour. Very, very good. Very, very good. Is it very good? I don't know. It's a high probability. Yeah, I think so. So yeah. I'm not saying Jay's setup isn't good. Jay is an excellent trader. I highly respect him as a trader. He's a very good trader. I'm gonna say it again. He's a very, very good trader. I'm just saying, like, we have different. Well, we have similar styles, but he's using diagonals. I never look at diagonals because they make me lose money. I look at horizontals because that's where I make my money. But the idea from Jay makes sense, total sense. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum versus USD. At USD. BitMEX, no. Ethereum versus USDT, yes, here we go. Well, what do you know? It's following, it's looking exactly like Litecoin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to find, you know, a weekly order block here too. Well, yeah. What do you know? What do you know? This is most probably the same stuff. And how would I play this? Well, most probably in the same way, right? Where do we have the... Where is the... You know what? I think I have a better shot for this one. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm talking about, right? Here it is. Actually, I forgot about this one. How could I forget about this one? Yeah, so yeah, the similarities between Ethereum versus USD and LTC versus USD is pretty striking, right? I mean, you got this order block right here, this bullish order block right here. You want to see a reclaim of this bullish order block for a move up to, well, first take profit would probably be the first trouble area up here. So this is the first trouble area, right? Second trouble area, where is the second trouble area? So basically what I mean by trouble area is you know, a place on the chart where price is most likely going to run into resistance, and it's pretty easy to find. It's just horizontal levels, right? And I'm looking at this area right here. And also notice how the 200 simple moving average is right here, and the 21 EMA is right here, confluent with both first trouble area and second trouble area. I'm liking this a lot. I'm going to I'm probably going to trade this, maybe, but it's just so, it's looking so, I mean, yeah, Ethereum might run, it looks good and it might have a nice run here, but it's looking so similar to BTC. If BTC breaks out of, you know, this area, I mean, it's this area for BTC, right? For a move up here, it's exactly the same type of move from, you know, Ethereum here to 21 EMA here. So, I mean, yeah, I'm much rather focused on Bitcoin right now, but there's obviously some potential moves from Ethereum. Let's see, we have a 15% move from Bitcoin will translate into a... Actually, maybe if you buy the EQ here, yeah, that's a better move. And up here, yeah, so that makes sense. Buying the retest of the EQ here. Let's see, do we have a setup here? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Absolutely. I'm liking this. I mean, why not? Why not? Well, one reason why not is probably because Bitcoin, if Bitcoin pumps or dumps this, well, that's stupid, obviously. But if, I mean, where would that level translate to Bitcoin? Well, probably this level right here. Probably that level. So yeah, I'm liking that level. Makes sense. Potential setup for Ethereum, if you're patient enough, you can actually wait for a confirmed bounce, which means, you know, a bounce and then 4-hour close above, stuff like that. All right, so let's take a look at, we did take a look at, that's good, Root Candy. I forgot to read your comment, but it's a very good idea not to FOMO and actually wait for, a good entry, right? You wait for confirmation, and the confirmation of a breakout and retest, and yeah, it's a very good idea not to FOMO and actually wait for the, you know, the trade setup to form. All right. We are looking at which one? CTXC. Weekly, well, let's see, do we have the same type of structure? We have a order block right here. Let's extend it to the right. Looks like this wick is touching the EQ. So we have some reaction that right there. 842, 842, 842, yeah. So we're getting rejected by the order block EQ. Let's look at the daily. Pretty obvious what needs to happen here, right? 4 hour. Yeah, so the 4 hour 200 SMA on the 4 hours right there. Yeah, so this one is pretty simple. Let's see, do we have a official call for this one? Yeah, so I like this one. It's the daily. Let's see, we got that one. This is the one. This is on Hyobi. Maybe we're looking at two completely different charts, actually. We might actually be doing that. I think this one looks a bit different. Yeah. We should probably take a look at Hyobi instead. Yeah. Yeah, so again, Ye's idea for CTXC is definitely valid. I like the idea. It's really not a bad one. Definitely makes sense. So if you are the kind of person who likes to trade, you know, these you know, trend line setups. Is this a descending triangle or a falling wedge? I don't know. Let's see. I get such a small. For some reason, I can't click the chart on Discord, but it's supposed to be a. Yeah, it looks like a descending triangle. And yeah, so yeah, definitely makes sense. I would much rather though look at this type of setup, right? But it kind of adds up with the trend line, right? Let's see. It actually does, I think. I mean, you're using this high up here, but this is Binance though. Let's see, something like this, right? No, that's really bad. Yeah, you get the idea, right? My personal opinion is this move, right? Something like this. Reclaim order block EQ for a move higher. Take profit the first trouble area. All right. All right, so next one, which is the next one, I think I've covered everything. All right, so let's take a look at some legacy markets. If you guys are interested, well, I'm gonna take a look at it anyway. You can just, if you're not interested, I'm gonna take a look at it anyway. Okay, so euro versus the US dollar. How is it looking? God, it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm liking this. So if you guys have been following my analysis in the, it's actually a free channel. I'm just trying to, you know, tease everyone of you know, of our, you know, what's coming. What's interesting here in you know, the Forex markets and the legacy markets, if I mean, you're looking at this and you're saying like, well, why are you happy for a 0.75% move? Well, it's not about how many percent price actually moves. It's all about this, right? Where is it? This. Oh, okay. Yeah, this. Right here. God, that's stupid. That's so bad. Yeah, it's all about the risk to reward ratio. It doesn't really matter how many percent it pumps, right? Well, obviously, I mean, it does. It has obviously an importance. But I mean, on Forex, you can use insane leverage, like, you know, 500x leverage or some shit like that. So I mean, you don't need to have like big positions to make money. And so yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, it's all about the risk reward ratio. So Euro USD, I'm going to have to take profits, but I'm for some reason I actually uninstalled my MetaTrader application, and I can't find the link to open it again. So, oh, sorry about that. So I'm gonna have to wait and take a look at that one later. So GDP USD, I'm this is pretty obvious right here. We had this terrible dump right here. The higher time frames are bearish, so you want to look at yeah, so this is clearly bearish, right? I'm thinking either you want to short the first retest of this area with a stop above the 21 EMA and a daily right here. I will probably wait for this to get reacted, wait for either a move like this. This would be the bullish case, you then long this area, or you wait for this type of move, right? Price comes up, you get this type of move, you break down, and you long the retest. And this is a M, right? Which is a W reversed, which is a double top formation, and a W is a double bottom formation, and you wait for a breakout long the retest of the neckline, right? So this is like the very simple, very simple, very simple, exactly the same of technical analysis I use on crypto, I use on Forex too. So very simple. Australian dollar versus dollar looking decent, looking like it's let's see, where do I get this level? All right, so from this level here and here, so this is obviously a good an important area. It's looking like it's getting bought up pretty nicely here. So what I would be looking for is either I want to see a move like this, right, for me to go long. Would then long the retest, the first retest right there, or I would wait for a breakdown and retest to short. So I'm waiting patiently on this one. Euro GB Euro versus pound. Yeah, pretty obvious right here. It's just trying out this resistance over and over again. So what do we need to see here? Well, yeah, I don't have a clear setup right now for this one. But I'm looking at this general area right now as resistance. So that's high time frame resistance, right? Let's look at the monthly. Obviously, you can see why. So we break down here, you might look for a short, right? We break out, you might look for a long. So that's what I'm looking at for this one. I'm going to put some alerts down here, right about the 21 EMA and a daily. We do have yeah, I don't know, guys. Yeah, like I can't see anything very obvious right now. USD versus the yen. Yeah, here we go. Here's a daily bearish order block right here. And the bearish order block is the last up candle before a strong down move and a break in market structure, which is this is. And also a very strong V bottom right here. 21 EMA crossing the 200 simple to the upside once again. So what am I looking at here? Well, we're looking at a high time frame downtrend. If we close the monthly above here, I would start to think that we might get a reversal on the higher time frames, like the super macro high time frames, like the monthly, right? You always have to be, you always have to take a look at the monthly 200 simple on the monthly. I mean, you could have your spot right here, and right here for some, insanely good moves. I mean, 7% in the Forex market. I mean, sure, it's back in 2018, right? But you can make a lot of money to yeah. See you, Root. Good luck with the PM, the mentorship. So yeah, always take a look at the higher time frames to get a sense of the high time frame perspective. Right now we are in a downtrend, so this is resistance until proven otherwise, obviously, as always. So either like you want to short this area with a stop above. How would the setup look like? Well, it would look something like this, right? Take profit at first trouble area, which is down here for a good 2 hours. So this is a decent setup, right? I like this one. Let's look at 4 hour. Well, like the 4 hour uptrend is this is also a very strong 4 hour up move, and we're getting looks like a ascending triangle, right? Or is it descending? No, ascending upwards, of course. So or is it a wedge? Yeah, I'm so bad at those two. I gotta read up on that. I sound like a complete noob, but the thing is, like, I'm trying to master one type of trading style that I know works, and because it works and because I'm profitable, I don't really need to focus on anything else than actually, horizontals, support and resistance. All right, so yeah, this makes sense. It could be, but because of how the 4 hour looks, I'm this looks rather bullish, to be honest. So I would much rather look for a long on this one. So I'm gonna add some alerts right there, right? So US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. We are getting reacted by high time frame resistance, right? Pretty obvious reaction right here. So this looks interesting, right? We might get like a move down to the 21 EMA. It's in the 4 hour. The trend is obviously down. We do have a double top, a M formation, right? And like I can show it in this way. So let's say that this is support right here, because in my mind I'm more geared towards longing. So sometimes I'm just gonna reverse the chart to see how the chart looks if I want to long, and if I want to long, I'll just go back to this and short. So this is looking, I think it's looking bullish, right? We have a W right here with the neckline right here. I will wait for a breakout and then long the retest for a move, at least into this area. So let's reverse it again. That would look something like this, right? So that kind of makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna be looking at on this one. I will wait for let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna probably wait for it looks like it might actually break out right now. So I might have to try a trade on this one. Let's see. Yeah, so I think this is the level that needs to break. Let's look at 1 hour. All right, so actually we have all the way down here. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, so this is the area I'm gonna watch. I want to short a retest of this area. Right now it's a support, right? So that's what I'm watching on USD USDT. No, not USDT. We're in Forex now. We're not in crypto. So this is what I'm looking at: the US dollar versus Canadian dollar on the 1 hour. I'm gonna wait for a breakdown and long the retest. All right. So USD versus the Swedish crown. Not the crown. The Swedish krona. We had a beautiful bump. Reacted by high time frame resistance. I mean, I remember talking about shorting this area. I don't know why I didn't short. I don't know why I felt hesitant, because I mean, this is such an obvious level to short. First trouble area is down here. Let's look at the 1 hour. What are we looking at on the 1 hour? Clear downtrend on the 1 hour. We might yeah, I'm just gonna let this one develop. I can't really see anything super clear right now. We are most probably going to test this level right here. This is actually, you know what, a good trade could be to wait for this area to break to the downside and then long a retest, right? But it's not really super obvious, so never mind that one. All right, so I think take a look at Tesla. This one is pretty nice. You have on the 4 hour kind of like a bottom formation here, so it's looking pretty good. You know what? Let's not take a look at more stocks, because I'm really tired and need to take care of the family and put my kids to bed and get some shit done. All right, so thanks everyone for joining the stream. I really appreciate it, and I love that you guys are, you know, active in the chat and asking me questions and asking me about, you know, shorting related questions, TA related questions. And Bitcoin is actually at 6,666 right now. The magic number. Let's see if we'll get some magic price action too. Probably not. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna end the stream right now, and thanks for joining, everyone, and see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.